It's Accountex 2023. We're with Steve Cox of Iris. We're on the Iris stand. It looks magnificent. Steve, welcome.
Thank you very much, Rob. Good to be here again.
I've interviewed you many times, and you've been in this game a long time.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about Accountex this year? Because it seems bigger than before.
It doesn't just feel bigger, it is bigger, right? It's like 20% more floor space. I mean, you only have to look at like the Iris stand this year. It's huge.
You've gone all out.
We have gone all out, and why not? Accountex is the big event, so we've got to be here, we've got to be talking to everybody.
Why is it such a flagship event for Iris?
I think there's a lot of home here for Iris. We were at one of the first Accountex. We've been at every single one since. So it kind of feels like every year we come home to it. But it's also the one place where everybody can come, whether you're a customer or not, and come and get the answers you really need. There isn't that many events on this scale in the UK that can give people the answers that they need.
Yeah. Now, your role has changed over the years with Iris.
Yeah.
You've been here from almost the very beginning. What are you doing in Iris right now?
So my role now is Head of Insights. So I'm there looking at what's going on with the accounting profession, the bookkeeping profession, trying to understand where that's going, bringing that back not just to Iris, but actually to the profession as a whole. In fact, I've got a session later today with all of the accounting bodies, first time they've ever been on the stage together, where we're going to be talking about the future of the profession. But I'm also looking at what's going on with our fellow vendors as well, seeing what they're doing and helping to advise accountants what their options are. Because whilst, yes, we've got the answer for everybody, there's a lot of other people saying they have as well.
There's a lot of claims out there, and it must be difficult for accountants to make sense of all the sales messages and the intel that's coming at them.
It can be really difficult to almost cut through the noise for a lot of this. There's a lot of gimmicky stands out there with a lot of fun, so if you're coming to Accountex for fun, this is definitely the place.
Right.
But if you really want to understand it, you do have to kind of spend the time to talk to people. Clear messaging at this sort of thing is really important, and accountants don't want to waste time. They want to get their answers very quick so that they can start making their decisions. It's one of the reasons why we've got every single product that we do here today, so that if someone has a question, we've got the answer for them today. We don't have to go away and come back to them. You'll be able to find out everything you need.
Yeah, so you're the closest thing we've got to a crystal ball, Steve, as Head of Insight. So give us a flavour of what might be coming up for the profession over the next few years.
Well, it's no surprise that the talent gap's going to continue, right? Firms are really struggling to find good quality staff and to retain them. Now, looking at all of the statistics that are out there, the number of students has slowed that are going into the professional bodies, yet the number of firms is skyrocketing.
Yeah.
So therefore, there's a real force for people trying to get good talent. It's starting to open up the world of outsourcing more. We're seeing more and more firms actually accepting that maybe we can do this outside of their own remit. So there's a big change coming from that side of things. One of the other things that's really happening is the change in the role of the bookkeeper. So historically, the bookkeeper just used to keep hold of the digital records and would just do, as it says, the bookkeeping. But now they're doing the compliance. They're eating the lunch of what the historical accountants used to do.
Yeah.
And accountants, and we've said this for years, that compliance is dead and here comes advisory. But accountants are really starting to feel that now. And that's starting to really start to shift. And then the third big thing is, as you can see looking around, is cloud. Cloud adoption has really rocketed off the back of lockdown, off the back of the pandemic. Firms are now looking at going, okay, I don't feel like I have to do it because it's the thing everybody's doing. I'm now realizing that cloud is the way forward. And it's kind of that mindset shift to becoming the digital firm, to then taking the humanization of that as well. It's become a big thing. So over the next 5 years, the size of the industry is going to continue to boom. More and more small firms, but there's a lot of consolidation at the top end. So that leads to some exciting things that are going on with all of the different vendors here, including ourselves.
I was going to ask you, more vendors as well?
There'll be more. In fact, if you look around, there's some new faces here as well. I mean, I've been in the industry for 21 years.
You know many of them, Steve.
It feels like a family reunion in some regards when you come here. But there's a lot of new faces as well. Not just in the vendors, but actually in the audience. And what's really interesting, it's not the same old faces, even though the same firms are coming. You're seeing the younger generation from the firm coming and listening. I mean, all of the theatres are full. People are actively in sponge mode, absorbing information at the moment to go back to their firms and say, we need a change. And I feel that is that the voice of the internal staff is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, well, Steve Cox, I'm thrilled to hear what's going to come out from that Insights panel you're doing, the Professional Institutes. That's going to be amazing. But thank you so much for your time today.
No problem at all. Good to speak.